How's it going, guys? Bring your platoon here, and welcome to another phenomenal game in World of Tanks Xbox One Edition. Today I'm going to be in the T32, the Tier 8 American Heavy Tank. As you all know, this thing has an impenetrable turret, as well as a kind of mediocre hull, much like all the Tier 8 tanks do. But moving on, this thing's got a 105mm, and I will be facing some Tier 10s today. I told you in a previous video that was the best of both worlds, facing, two-tier lowered opponents, or two-tiered lower opponents, and now we're going to be facing opponents that are 2 tiers higher than us. And there's not a lot of 10s, but there is some 9s, so what the hell. It's the best of both worlds, as I promised. But moving on, you can see I already have the premium loaded, and that is going to be 268mm of penetration on the APCR rounds, and a measly 219 pen for the AP rounds. However, I don't think I fire any normal AP rounds in this game. And if I do, it's not at a lot of targets because, well, it's a tier 10 and tier 9 matchup, and I'm going to a hill where I can very easily get dicked on by Artie if I'm stupid about it. Or I can use my gun depression and absolutely massacre anything that tries to come up this hill. And that's exactly what's going to happen, because I'm not Cookie Baby. I'm not going to leave surprises. I'm going to tell you ahead of time, and then you're going to watch it happen. And our charioteer just killed himself. Okay, good start. This batch at 12T is not going to be very productive throughout this game, because he's going to spot and then instantly fall back, which is not what you want to do with your light tank, or even, this isn't even the right place to bring your light tank. Like, you really want to just go down the H7 or 8 line and just kind of spot for your team along the ridge there, but that's just what I would do. But as you can see, got my first pen into the lower plate of the IS-7. If you want to bitch about me using APCR rounds for this tank, bitch, I couldn't pen the lower plate of an IS-7 even if it was like angled upwards like that with my regular AP rounds if God himself were driving this tank. Like, fuck off. These are necessary, honestly. Like, maybe there's like a 75 to 80% chance I could pen that with normal rounds, being as how high in the air it is at the lower plate of that IS-7. But, like, fuck off. If you want to bitch about not being good gameplay, then how about you throw some of your own up and yeah, show me up, guy. You go ahead and pen those tier 10s with your standard rounds. Just fucking try it. But moving past my boasting stage here, this Waffle E100 is clearly looking at this hill, waiting for any opportunities he can for us to slip up and just whale us with a few rounds. And I don't know who's slinging high explosives at me, but that's not going to work out too well. Although, if they break my gun and I fix it once and it happens again, I might be SOL, but that does not end up happening, so let me just put your minds at ease with that. I don't know what this guy's problem is going in and out of my fucking way here, but maybe he was trying to get shots on that Waffle the same as me, but he was looking towards this Motion, and then I magically pen his lower plate with premium rounds because go fuck yourself, Motion. Or Mouse? Motion? Am I saying that right? Motion. That's what I usually say, and I did say the right pronunciation there, so that's good. And this Tiger 2 coming up on us is going to be the only one who put a shot into our tank, so we're going to go ahead and return the favor and going to put a premium round straight through the front of his turret, which is very easy to do. I could probably arguably do it with even regular AP rounds, although that's a stretch because I think it's like 250mm thick if I'm not mistaken, although I don't know that much about the King Tiger, so I'll just stop talking about it. I know it's got a fucking decent gun, or not the King Tiger. Was it a King Tiger or was it a Tiger 2? Either way, same tank, great gun on it, very accurate. That's what I do know about that tank, and that's pretty much all I got. But here's this guy popping out again. Oh, I did switch over to regular AP rounds. Look at me. Multitasking like a boss. He bounces off my upper plate, and then I managed to get another magical hit on his turret. Definitely overmatching the side armor of that 20mm thick turret with my 105mm gun. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious, the weakness of that turret. I hit a rock there. Probably should have waited for him to go out in the open a little bit more to get a shot off, but that's fine. In a tier 10 game, I've already got 4,000 damage. Well, I guess 5,000 damage combined. So I'm pretty happy with this result, especially considering that you can probably get 3,000 damage and go up in your mark with this thing. So that's pretty funny. Granted, it won't be a lot, but like you'll still go up. And then the light tank kills himself on our IS-3, and we're nearing the end of where this game, we're nearing the end of this game for me, because I make a little foolish mistake here. I know that Waffle is in like H4, just sitting there waiting for people to start rushing him, and I know that. I know he's there, and I know there's tanks over there in that little dip where you can snipe at the ridge, or I should just clarify, the 4 line. So I'm going to make a run here. I'm going to risk taking damage from the Waffle, and he's probably going to hit me, and I'm like, okay, just keep my front towards the enemies. Alright, yep, there's some people. I'm going to spot for my team. Look over, here's the Waffle. Oh look, instant kill, and I track him. I fucking track him, and then he dies immediately by a Waffle 4. Because RNG is a bitch sometimes. That shell could have literally went anywhere on his tank. Anywhere at all, except for where it went. And I would have been still alive, because he would have died, and I probably could have gotten off 1 or 2 more pens before I died. But that's fine, because our team's going to cap. Because they're good players. And when I get a tier 10 tank, all I think about is, I have to improve my win rate by capping bases when there's only 2 enemy tanks left. And granted, one of them's a Batchat AP, 25, whatever, the tier 9 Batchat, but for fuck's sake, like, get out of the base and let your other allies just kill the remaining 2 tanks. Like, goddamn. Such cowards. And like, it's funny when you see a full health tier 10 tank capping the base, because you know they're bad. You know they got like 1 or 2 pens in, and they're just like, screw this game, I just want it to end, so they cap out. It's so annoying. Especially trying to 3-mark tanks and getting damage. If I didn't go blue for pushing people I don't know. If there's any given circumstance where the base is next to like water, you could push people in. If I could push friendlies into the water and not go blue because they're capping a base that no one wants them to cap, I would do it. I don't care what people would call me, whether that make me salty or a shitty player, person, whatever. I don't care. Get off the base. Everyone's telling you to attack. Just fucking do it and stop being selfish. But kind of went on a tangent there. Sorry about that. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.